Hello friends. Welcome to today's painting stream of Rey Mysterio Jr. Don't know how long today's stream will go for. So I have many and varied activities for the day, but I like to do a little bit of painting when I can. As I'm sure you all know. Need one more highlight colour for this, I think. To be a warm magenta colour, but not like... Don't want to use my normal purple highlight colour because it's a bit cold. A bit warmer, I think. What can I use? Or do we highlight way a lot and then use Sigval Burgundy for our contrast paint? These are the questions we need to answer. Been on an absolute Marvel bonanza the last couple of weeks. Crisis Protocol, Marvel Snap, Marvel Champions. It's just been awesome. Okay, let's go. Mysterio. G'day, Vipertron. Alright, not sure to do about that trim? In the artwork, he does not have any colour on that trim. I think we'll do a gold trim. I think a gold trim will look good. So we finished episode 9 of House of the Dragon. 1 to go. Very good. Very good show. Back to peak Thrones, really. At its absolute best. Which has been excellent. Mysterio. We'll just go a little bit lighter, I think. Alright, I think we'll probably use a little Sigval de Burgundy over this bad boy. Let's see if we can smooth it a little bit though. Cool, that will do, I think. Fishbowl head. G'day, Kung Fu Shrew. What's happening, mate? I have indeed gone ham for MCP, mate. You're absolutely correct. Just gone absolutely balls deep. As I, on occasion, want to do. Hello there, Mini Mancer. The toy soldier painting is going wonderfully, mate. Indeed, yeah, Shatterpoint. A lot of people very excited about it, a lot of people very upset about it. And this guy over here with very few strong feelings on it one way or another. I'm just not all that keen on Star Wars games. I like the movies, they're okay. I've watched one episode. One of my friends watched it, said it was very, very good. So, looking forward to diving into it a little bit more. What were your thoughts if you watched it all? Cool, yeah. I liked season 1. It was good. Yeah, it's just fun. And it doesn't hurt that the lead is relatively easy on the eyes. Ah, very nice. Black Friday's been pretty good this year on the miniatures front. Lots of good offers I've seen popping in my email box. I actually got pissed off the other day because I was like, can you fucking stop sending me deals on models? I've had enough. Felt like that was all I was getting for a while. Just deals on fucking soldiers. But yeah, there's been a very, very big Kingdom Death update that the Gambler's Chest is printing at long last. 6 years after it's yeah. Well, I have spent probably 3 times that, I reckon, on fucking Marvel Crisis Protocol minis. So who am I to judge? I'll tell you who. I'm no one. I'm no one to judge. Um, if it is printing, I think it will. Yeah. So that's what it comes down to. Do you trust? Do you trust the word of old Puzo? I think it will. No. But they're all Stockholm syndrome now. Half of them are anyway. Oh well. I mean, he's, as always, conveniently utilised the Chinese New Year as an excellent excuse for when inevitable delays occur, but I do think it'll arrive next year, which is good. Some more cool models for me to paint. Which is always exciting. the really cool models, the models that I was really jazzed for, though, are the Wave 4 expansions, and I haven't actually pre-ordered those. I was contemplating doing it, but in the end I decided I didn't want to drop $2,000 on something that was going to be more than 2,000, because it's 2,000 US, so nearly like 17,000. I didn't want to drop that much money on something that was still no end in sight. That is a very wise decision from Deno. And I'm not normally one to make wise decisions like that. Normally I'm like fucking Veruca Salt over here. I want it now! It was actually 2 years ago, Scaraboss, that I purchased both. Exactly the same, Gambler's Chest and Campaigns of Death. I did exactly the same as you. So, bully for us. We made good decisions. But here's the thing. Like, I figure by the time the Wave 4 expansions roll out, I will either have moved on from the game, which at this juncture seems unlikely, or many, 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 many other people will have moved on from the game because of kids or whatever else, and there should be plenty of Wave 4 expansions available on the secondary market. I may pay a little more of a premium, but I guarantee you I will get them with a lot less waiting than everyone else has had. But I'm the amount of people that have probably purchased everything for that game all in and have used one fraction of it would be astronomical, because I've fucking played 8 campaigns and I've played every single expansion. I've used the majority of equipment except for the really, really bad ones. You know, like I've actually gone through and fucking played the shit out of that game. If you're interested in seeing that, you can see it on my YouTube channel, where I played 2 full campaigns on there. It's very good. Highly recommend it. Yeah, and that's the thing, mate. Like, how many people are in that situation where they're like, I need it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Into the future. Italy. Yeah, so we had a little rocket away for the weekend. So it's been a boys' weekend, me and Hugo. Just hanging out. G'day, Top. Am I the bath boy, or is Mysterio the bath boy? I don't know. I'm trying to think why I would be the bath boy. Nah, we had a quiet one, mate. Just did a nice little walk together. Last night, the Tuesday night boys came over for a bit of MCP. Showed them some MCP. Is he? Why is Mysterio called Bath Boy? Nah. Huh. I recall now. I had to rewatch that. I've been on a Marvel binge recently, and rewatched Age of Ultron. Pretty good. I liked it. Okay, let's just do a tiny little bit of this. Yep. Well, there you go. You got a fucking magnificent memory. You fuckhead. Wear liquid mask. On this? No. I have not used any liquid mask on this. Well, Age of Ultron was it was fine. Like I didn't sit there going, this movie's fucking shit. There's some really cool moments, and I don't know how you can't just get behind James Spader as Ultron. Fucking the best. There are no strings on me. It's also a very, very good example of Chekhov's gun. Filmmaking. I don't know where the expression Chekhov's gun comes from. I'm sure there's some piece of literature that has a gun owned by a guy named Chekhov. But if you're unfamiliar with the term, it's basically placing an object that will be relevant to the later part of the story in an early part of the story. And saying, oh, look at this fucking gun here. So-and-so owns it. Just remember that. There you go. Good, thank you. Learned something today. And they do that with the Hammer of Thor, Mjolnir, or Jonathan if you prefer. Okay, let's go. Let's check that. That looks pretty good. Alright, do I do that trim in gold? I think so. I think we'll do that in gold. But let's do tiny little bit of Sigvald Burgundy. Just the tiniest little fucking Bobby Dazzler. Cute. Probably went a little bit heavier than I wanted. That's a fucking strong colour. That is a strong contrast paint, Sigvald Burgundy. Let's gently just tap it in with that colour. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo. Help me if you can, alright? I'm feeling down. No, I'm not feeling down. I am trying to remember a movie quote. Now, I'm very good at movie quotes. And I have a lot memorised, but I cannot for the life of me figure out where this quote is from. Now, it might not be a movie, it might be a television show. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be extremely unhelpful. But it's some dude, sleazy dude, and he goes, "There's always room for one more." I can't remember the context of it. I can't remember anything about where it's from. I feel like it's fucking Waterworld or something like that. You know, one of those old shitty movies. Help me if you can, because I've been racking my brain for 2 days and I'm fucking tapped. I don't even know what the context is. I can't even think about when someone's saying that. I have indeed. Yesterday. Nah. Mad Max? Nah. If I figure it out, I'll let you know. I'm sure I will figure it out at some point. Won't you please help me? Alright, good old Illusion Smoke and Eyeballs. Not eyeballs. Oh, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You've just nailed it, mate. You've just fucking nailed it. You fucking nailed it. It's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's the fucking executioner who's like, there's always room for one more, and he fucking puts Will Scarlet on a fucking thing. Yes. All right. I mean, you get less points because you had to fucking Google it. I could have Googled it at any time, and I didn't because I was just like, I want to figure this out. Because I think Google's made us all dumber. All right, let's pick some interesting greys and colours. So a bit of pastel blue. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate the won't you please? Yeah. It's like, what do you do now when someone's like, oh, what was the name of that fucking guy? Just fucking Google it. It's bullshit. There's always room for one more. Amazing. Swirly head, little swirly, swirly, swirly head. He has got a fucking fishbowl head. He is a swirly head. I was really excited about painting this element, and now that I'm here, it's wonderful. But it's also very confusing. How do you approach a circular spherical object with swirly bits? I don't know is the answer. So my approach is just add some swirly bits and see how it looks. Google is ridiculous though, eh? So I played two games of Marvel Crisis Protocol this week. The first being with Convocation, the second also being with Convocation. But in the first one I played using Doctor Strange and Sentinel Prime. Thanks, ahalol. I got Sentinel Prime. I didn't get any other Sentinels yet. Pretty cool models. Yeah. Mate, get into it. Painting minis is fun. Have they announced? Obviously, I saw the Rhino picture, but is that word on the street, or did they do an announcement? Cool. Squirrel Girl! Awesome. She's fucking really, really annoying in Marvel Snap. I fucking hate her. I've never once played a list with Squirrel Girl. Deck. The top acrylic brands, mate, I like to use are AK 3rd Generation, Vallejo and Chimera make up the most of my colours. Build-A-Boar, this is made by Atomic Mass Games for their Marvel Crisis Protocol game. Marvel Crisis Protocol, Atomic Mass Games. Cool. Green smoke. Yeah, so next up on the painting desk, we've got, I finished Mordo yesterday. Well, not quite finished. I need to do a little bit more to him, but yeah, Baron Mordo. He's fine. We've got Jean Grey, who's just been sitting there for fucking about a week. Don't really have any interest in painting her because she's fucking bad in the game. But anyway, I got Red Skull, just the original Red Skull to do. That's going to be a quick one because he's mostly wearing black. Crossbones, also not likely to get a lot of fucking enthusiasm from the Victor Nielsen. He's not much good in the game, but then we'll get into some fun ones. I think we'll do some ones I've been excited about. Mysterio. Haven't done Hulk, no. Have him assembled, but I need to do some gap filling on him, so he'll probably get might get done soonish maybe. So I'm trying to make my way through each of the affiliations that I've purchased in terms of painting to some extent. And so I'm trying to leave Avengers to the end, pretty much, when I paint them anyway. I've got Spider Foes that I think I want to do. It's one of the, this guy falls into my convocation list, which is the Wizards. but he also is a spider foes, so maybe next we'll do all the spider foes. Lizard, Craven, Green Goblin, and then also Kingpin falls into there. So, I mean, I've set myself a 2-hour marker for each one of these. That's been my marker. And we're just at about half an hour left on this guy, so. I don't understand why you would do that. I mean, one of the coolest things about the game is the crazy bases and the crazy poses. Like, I don't get why you would use a flight stand, but it's their hobby. They can do whatever they want. Aesthetically, that person is an absolute spud. Yes, so if you want to know, today actually marks the first, the 4th week. So I started painting my Marvel Crisis Protocol 4 weeks ago. I literally painted Sabretooth for the stream 4 weeks ago. Or, sorry, I didn't paint him for stream, I painted him after stream. I was assembling models on stream. That was the first model I painted. So 4 weeks, I've painted 33. Just check my app. Not my app, my tracking file. Uh, 33, this will make 34. So I've painted 34 models in a 4-week period. Better than 1 per day. Fishbowl head. Ah, yes, I see you know your judo well. I wouldn't think it's a record, mate. If you're a full-time professional painter, I'm sure you'll be able to do that in a fucking week, probably. Or quicker. I hope that it inspires more people to paint their Marvel Crisis Protocol minis. because I've now played in 2 tournaments and against something like 35 games or something. And I've played against a fully painted team twice. And in all but 2 of those instances, my team was fully painted. Models are just so good. Like, I don't really understand it. I got into these because I wanted to paint the models as my primary motivation. But how can you be Iron Man if your suit of armor is not red? Big Child, swear to God, stop sending me fucking offers this weekend. I love you dearly, but no. So many offers. It's killing me. Alright, Rey Mysterio Jr. has green smoke. Let's see how this looks. Go on, mate. I actually have not bought anything this weekend. Yeah, mostly because I spent way too much money on this fucking game. Yeah. In the last few weeks. The Kingdom Death update was pretty awesome. Like, whatever you might say about the guy, when he puts an update out, it's usually a lovely little half an hour to an hour experience of reading it, enjoying it, absorbing it. And this one was good. Yeah, as we talked about earlier, I'm keen for some more Kingdom Death content because I'm one of the few people who's exhausted the available content currently. I wonder what the percentage of people would be that own Kingdom Death that have played everything. Yeah, 3% is probably not far off. You know, I just remembered I lied. There's a couple of campaigns I haven't tried, but I've played against every creature. There's like 3 campaigns I haven't done. G'day, Gallowfire. Thanks, mate. So I was chatting to the boys last night about this game and the models themselves, and it's one of its only downsides that I can sort of think of around the figures is that the colour schemes are really hard to break away from. You know, you're painting Magneto, cool, here's your colour scheme. You can always paint them whatever you want. Nothing's stopping you doing that, but you always feel like, well, I'm a little bit stuck because this is Mysterio and these are his colours. I don't know how to fix for that, really. I don't think there is a way to fix that. I think that's just something you have to deal with for the game. Everyone's models are going to look pretty similar. Yeah, absolutely. The colour schemes are great, but it's just this is the colour scheme. I've seen a few people use like alternative colour schemes, alternative palettes, which looks pretty good. But yeah, my comic book lore or knowledge is probably not really enough to pick many of those up. Yeah, kit bashing, basing. G'day, Zambies. How are you, champion? Yeah. Where is my pastel blue or pastel green? There it is. Aha. I am well, yes. Painting Marvel Crisis Protocol, having a wonderful time. Chatting to these lovely people. Everyone should go follow Zambies. She does much better painting videos than I do on YouTube and streams. Thanks, Gallowfire. Good night over in the UK. So, House of the Dragon, episode 9, we just finished it. Episode 9 tends to be the big one in Game of Thrones. Without spoiling anything, is episode 10 a good one? Because sometimes episode 10s are a letdown on Game of Thrones, traditionally. You not watched it yet, Top? Nah, do yourself a favour. It's very good, mate. Takes probably 2 or 3 episodes to really warm up. But, yeah, once it goes, it's going. It's going, gone. That's my hope as well, that that everyone forgets how bad season 7 and 8 were, and starts to remember how fucking good seasons 1 to 6 were. Why would I watch Andor? I haven't watched any of the Star Wars ones yet. I haven't even watched fucking Obi-Wan. And I like Obi-Wan a lot more than I like Cassian Andor. Is that his name? I think it's his name. George R. Martin. Yeah, so it's actually, he wrote the prequels. The book called Fire and Blood is what House of the Dragon is based on. And it's about the Targaryens 200 years before the Game of Thrones story. Man, everyone keeps telling me all the Star Wars shows are awesome, like The Mandalorian's awesome, this is awesome. I don't know. Just can't get into it. I sat down and watched the first episode of The Mandalorian, and at the end of it I was like, that was fine. And then I didn't watch any more. How am I going for time? Alright, I've probably hit 2 hours on this model now, which is a shame. But this smoke is a little bit on the challenging side. I have seen some scenes from The Mandalorian because they were all over YouTube, reactions to a specific episode of season 2. So I've watched that. Fishbowl head. Just contemplating how to make this look a little bit more like smoke. I could potentially airbrush it. That does feel like it would require a lot of skill, take a lot of time. First I have, second I don't want to do. Hey little buddy, you want to say hello? Come here little man. I'm sleepy everyone. I've had a big morning of lying down. And I'm just still lying down. Little man. You are sleepy today. You normally hate being held like this. There you go. Little buddy. We need to get you some special treats. He's run out of all sorts of treats. Little Popo. Okay, let's go. Alright, last step for the smoke, and then I think I'm just going to leave that edge black. Don't want to spend any more time on it. I'm going to gloss varnish the fishbowl. And then we shall call Rey Mysterio Jr. done. And then we might just try and do a little touch on a Red Skull before I go off and make myself some breakfast. It's bacon and eggs day today. So I have a collection of 80, I think it's 80, models from this game. And I think I'm going to try and paint them all before I move back to some display stuff. Have some time off coming up over Christmas. So that's usually good for, yeah, 80. Usually good for a few days of painting. Yeah, I know. Come on, mate. It was always going to happen. Just the X-Men. I promise. I'm not getting any more Neck Minute. Remember Neck Minute? Fucking hell, that guy. Kiwi. Classic. Hey, fuck. When's Willow coming out? That must be soon. Was it December 9th or something? No, I haven't painted the scenery. Bucks and I were saying yesterday we might need to do a... Is it 30th of November? Or December? Oh my god! Fuck yeah! Yes. I think we'll just do a tiny little bit of airbrushing on that smoky smoke. Oh, I'm so jazzed for that. I can't express to you how jazzed I am for it. Thank you, Buxo. I got a big building, yeah. Put it together. Played it last night. Excellent. Yeah. Gotta happen, mate. Gotta happen. Maybe we just need to do a tiny little bit more highlighting on the green. Just a tiny bit. The big buildings look so awesome. I have not got the Sanctum Sanctorum, no. I went for the other one. So I dropped that building. Hail to the king, baby. Yeah, it's got some cool moments in it. The thing that I like most about it is when you're playing and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna run forward and telekinetically throw that building at you. How do you like them apples? I don't like those apples at all. Thank you. I'm just fucking around now because I love this model. I could have called this done anytime. It's just a great model. Alright, fishbowl head. Let's put some leaves on your base, little man. Are they releasing one episode a week for fucking Willow? If they are, I'm going to be fucking sad. Oh, you fucks. Just drop it all at once. You fucking idiots. Let me relive my fucking nostalgia from my childhood. Get it in and around my mouth. Where the fuck are my leaves, actually? Where did I put them? There you are. All the way over there. Oh, 2 on the 30th, yes. All right. One Mysterio done. He looks good. Button model. He looks less good. No, the convocation went down to X-Force in one of the time-honoured traditions of doing a demo game for someone. I'll tell you this, Cable is considered bad in the game, right? I'd like to refute that statement. He has a 2-inch place, he has a building throw, he has a good fucking weapon, he has good defensive stats, and he gets better on his backside. I don't quite understand people sometimes. What do I need to do to this Mordo? Make it happen. Oh, Hood. Hood's possibly my favourite fucking model in the game so far. It's so good. And when you can do the juiced up version, because he's a demon. Whoo-wee. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, better run, I'll run my gun. I'm seeing pumped up kicks because Mordo's got the leaping boots. I think they're called the vaulting boots of Valtor, actually, but all I remember about that video, about that song, is there was a video that was doing the rounds on my Facebook, maybe it was on YouTube, of a dude's dancing to that song. But he's doing some really cool dance moves where he's like spinning around and shit. I don't know. Dancing is such a foreign thing to me. G'day, Elgin Knight. Thanks for the subscription. Just an absolutely foreign... I wouldn't even know how to describe what sort of dancing it is. Alright. We add Mordo and Mysterio to the painted collection. Whew, whew, whew. Is it? Huh. It absolutely is. I was not aware of that. Yeah, good song. I purchased those leaves from a company called... What's the name of it? Fucking Diorama Presepi. They're not a well-known brand. You'll have to go and purchase direct from their website. Old Presepi. Yep, amazing store. I'm just going to show you a little fun tip here, friends. So, a lot of these bases have these swirly smoke effects, right? So that looks pretty normal to most of you, I'm sure. However, this little bit here, this single section, is actually a piece of brass rod. And so the reason I put that in there, without the brass rod, this sort of swirls around like this, and this flexes a lot. Now, because I've glued that brass rod, this now doesn't flex at all. And so he wobbles a little bit, but when I'm moving him around, much more stable, much more durable. All I did to make it blend in is actually just add some PVA glue to create little swirly sort of different textures, and then paint it. So you literally do not even see it there, right? But it's significantly better. Go me. So I've done that on several of the bases. Just put a little bit of brass rod and hidden it in there. And it's just made playing with the models a lot nicer. Alright, done. Done. Hour and a half. 2 guys locked on. Done. I'm going to sign off now, friends, and go make myself some breakfast. And then I'll catch us all tomorrow for Party Monday. Let's find some legend we can raid. Raid! Who we got? Good timing, Wampa. Yeah, one of your best. Let's browse. Live channels, miniature figures. Monument Slow Fuse. I don't think I've rated that guy. What's he doing over there? Alright, I am in. That guy looks like he's awesome. I'm raiding that guy.
Disgrace Sphere, your current one can't handle many more paints. Yeah, 12 colors on slate for LVO. 24 additional colors.
He runs Monument Hobbies, Pro Acryls. Oh yeah, awesome.
For a
Cool.
assuming everything goes well.
Maybe we'll see if we can get him to send me some free fucking paints. Come on, Monument guy.
Being at the end of March.
See you, friends. See you tomorrow night. Big dinner.
Total of 36 colors by then.